Our budget, military budget, is around close to $1 trillion. You have to add up the budget of the next 9 advanced countries right behind us to add up to the United States budget. So military-wise, we are number one. There's no competition here, there's no ifs or buts about it. Number three is technologically, I would say this country, it's probably ahead of everyone else. And I would say probably China probably following us closely, but has not been any country to become number one or to take over or become number one in the technological field. And number four, and the most important one, is the one Ed and I talked about, our Constitution. Foundationally, we have the documents, this Constitution, at least in principle, that that is the law of the land. And it's a fantastic document. Nothing like it exists, particularly if you think about 250 years ago. This year is the anniversary of 250 years. And so based on these four reasons, I think the country is number one. People may not like it, at least in principle, I would say. Now, here's the question. The question is, how is it and how come this greatness of this great country of ours does not necessarily translate to the well-being of its citizens in the healthcare area, in education, in infant mortality, in longevity, in number of people being in jail, and you can probably name the rest of it. When we compare and contrast the plight or well-being of our citizens in this country to other countries, particularly European countries, we fall short of actually on the list on some of these matrix that I gave. We come up in number 10, number 15, number 12. So in a sense, our greatness of our country does not translate into a well-being of our citizens. And we can think about the homelessness, we can talk about the drug issues, we can talk about the poor people and healthcare and the rest of it. So that is where there is disconnect. And I land with this, and also the disparity between the wealth of the people. Now, 1% that we all talk about, and the 99%. So there is something, it doesn't quite add up in terms of the greatness of the country. Does not translate necessarily to the well-being of its citizens.
Well, thank you, Ali, for that NLP ESL submission. I hope that you've improved your English language communication skills by telling us these four important principles. Landing your plane.
There's a serious conversation. He's just derailing it. You just move him.
No, and I apologize for being a dick, because I appreciate what you shared. It's just we were having a conversation and you totally just shit on it. But I appreciate your shit.
Well, this is Universe. I'd like to also mention that in the Constitution, our freedom of speech and young men, short midget frog boys like Pepe, who have that freedom to say the N-word, to say the K-word.
Don't disrespect Pepe like that.
It's just stunning, the level of ignorance. And we had two examples of that on the stage in terms of understanding the topics. And in this case, Ed and I were talking about the Constitution, Declaration of Independence. And they just come up just utter nonsense. Things that doesn't, make any sense at all. For example, the man who talked about the free speech and the First Amendment.
Are you attacking now?
Wallace, what?
I was just wondering who you were attacking now.
No, I wasn't attacking anyone. Actually, I was just talking about the man came on the stage and was attacking Pepe in terms of his freedom of speech in the First Amendment. Now, I wanted to ask the man, what is the First Amendment? What's in it? I can tell you from the top of my head. I memorized it.
Yeah, bring John back up.
So, so we could ask him what his thoughts about the First Amendment. And I bet you anything, he has no idea what he's talking about.
I mean, I can give it a guess.
Can you bring him up, Flavor?
bring him up. I want to hear him. I want to hear him debate.
What, Matt? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, just double checking.
Hey, can you bring John back up? I really want to hear Ali debate John.
Please. Why? Why would you want to hear that?
Do you really want to hear that torture?
Well, as long as he keeps it serious, I want to hear it too.
All right, fine. Come on up, Kitover.
Okay, so let's just clarify. I'm answering Ali and the answer is, what is the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution? The First Amendment says, Ali, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of any complaints or grievances you might have. Or you can come to Clubhouse like you and just complain here all day long. Hello?
Was there a violation? Did they rule that the conversion therapy, something about conversion therapy was a violation in Colorado? Like banning it was a violation?
No, the Supreme Court has actually took that into consideration. They had the Congress. Congress means they hear actually what the opposing sides are saying. But the ruling is going to come out in June, I think, June or July.
I think it's great news because we're going to be able to help gay atheists now, finally. All these goth, LGBTQ, trans, atheist, homosexuals, we'll be able to convert them back to normal society standards, which means no more sucking dicks or putting dicks in your asshole or any other type of homosexual.
Yeah, it looks like you're talking about the first-hand experience here. You're so passionate about
Oh, no, I was just practicing my freedom. My First Amendment freedom, Ali. You asked. You were asking. Hello? Hello?
He went out there and actually looked it up and read it to us. That's number one.
Check
I wanted to ask him immediately, what is the Second Amendment? And I want him to recite it. And now he's going to look it up. But once it comes up, I'm going to test him on at least the first, the Bill of Rights, the 10 Amendments, to see what he knows.
So the point of them.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, what do you want to listen to them for? I mean, I don't think anybody can really reference it from recite it verbatim. I mean, I think we all know what 1 and 2 are.
Sure, maybe it's not necessary, but the point is what we're trying to make. He came on the stage. He made reference to the First Amendment and also attacked Pepe in a bad way, actually. That why and how come he's not exercising his First Right Amendment to do certain things. So from that perspective, I just thought it would be interesting to know his knowledge about the First Amendment. Then he was in the audience, as we were talking about it, he Googled it or whatever, he found it, which is good. Maybe he gets an education. Probably this is the first time he's ever read First Amendment. So it's a good thing. Something good came out of this thing. And
It's just crazy. Anyway, he probably already knew that. He's just crazy. He's just weird. But I mean, he takes shits on camera, wipes boogers on his shirt on camera. He's just a weird dude, but he knows a lot of stuff.
good for him. It's good.
So, Ali, where do you teach at?
It's a lot interesting to listen to John while he's taking a shit than before what the conversation was.
So I looked at your bio, Ali, and you look like a professor.
I'm not a professor. I just mostly everyone knows. I have a curious and have an interest in learning things in some areas a lot more robustly than other areas. But I'm not a professor. But
A lot of us that have conversations on this app, we not shit. Like we are not, academics. So it's fine.
I
Well,
just
Ollie, you've been around here for 5 years. Ollie, you're OG Clubhouse. You've been here 5 years or more.
Yeah, it started during the COVID, actually. I think that like 22, 20, yeah, 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure. Off and on there.
What I'll say is this really weird paradox that's happened with me. At least me personally. Like I'm somebody who I had to watch Black Lives Matter. I had to even before BLM and the pandemic. Like I was somebody who was like, oh holy shit, did this well.
Okay, this is reading a book. Eric von Steinhutz. Maf. M-A-F. Maf. Hello? 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 Oh, money, money, money. Money, money, money. Ooh. Money, money, money from you. Oh, you don't like it now. I got it, Moff. Don't worry. I don't plan on cashing out your 4 cents anytime soon, so you can save all your pennies for yourself, okay? No need to penny me up, you know what I'm saying? I can live without the pennies. This is a book reading room. That's right. We're going to read a book. Have you ever heard of a book, Moff? Does Moff stand for motherfucker? What does it stand for? What does your name stand for, Moff? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Aurora. The Aurora book.
Whatever do you mean?
The Aurora is here.
Oh no,
The Aurora Borealis.
the Aurora Borealis.
A light system stretching 35,000 light years. Immense cosmic energy.
Team, got you the next
Okay, are you ready to read a book?
Let's go. I'm gonna mute up and let you have it.
Ooh. You telling me that it's all mine? I can take it?
You have the floor, sir. May you prosper in your abundant reading voice.
Oh my God.
Oh my lord.
My.
Oh my. You just said the same thing I did. Okay. I'm gonna mute.
Okay, this is called Venus of Milo. Life is as ugly and necessary as the female body. Death is as beautiful and necessary as the male body. The soul is beyond male and female, as it is beyond life and death. Even as the lingam and the yoni are but diverse developments of the one organ, so also are life and death but two phases of one state. So also the absolute and the conditioned are but forms of that. What do I love? There is no form, no being, to which I do not give myself wholly up. Take me, who will? Okay, this one's called the Star Sapphire. The Star Sapphire. Let the adept be armed with his magic rood and provided with his mystic rose. In the center, let him give the LVX signs, or if you know them, if he will and dare do them, and can keep silent about them. The signs of Nox, NOx, being the signs of Puer, Ver, Puella, Mulier. Omit the sign IR. Then let him advance to the east and make the holy hexagram, saying, Pater et Mater, unis duis ararita. Let him go round to the south, make the holy hexagram, and say, Mater et Filius unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the west, make the holy hexagram, and say, Filius et Filia unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the north, make the holy hexagram, and then say, Filia et Pater unus Deus ararita. Let him then return to the center, and so to the center of all, making the rosy cross as he may know how, saying, Ararita, Ararita, Ararita. In this the signs shall be those of Set, triumphant, and of Baphomet. Also shall Set appear in the circle, let him drink of the sacrament, and let him communicate the same. Then let him say, Omnia in duos, duo in unum, unus in nihil, hai hec, hai nec, quatuor, nec omnia, nec duo, nec unus, nec nihil sunt. Gloria, Patri et Matri et Filio et Filiae, et spiritui, sancto externo et spiritui, sancto interno ut erat, est erit in sacula, saculorum sex in uno per nomen, septem in uno rarita. Let him then repeat the signs of LVX, but not the signs of Nox, for it is not he that shall arise in the sign of Isis rejoicing. Okay, this is called Dragons. Thought is the shadow of the eclipse of Luna. Samadhi is the shadow of the eclipse of soul. The moon and the earth, the non-ego and the ego. The sun is that. Both eclipses are darkness. Both are exceeding rare. The universe itself is light. Okay, this is called Lambskin. Lambskin. Kawan skidoo. Tile. Swear to Helio. This is the mystery. Life. Mind is the traitor. Slay mind. Let the corpse of mind lie unburied on the edge of the great sea. Death. This is the mystery. Tile. Kawan skidoo. The Luby. Only Lubies find excellence in these words. It is thinkable that A is not A. To reverse this is but to revert to the normal. Yet by forcing the brain to accept propositions of which one set is absurdity, the other truism, a new function of brain is established. Vague and mysterious and all indefinite are the contents of this new consciousness, yet they are somehow vital. By use they become luminous. Unreason becomes experience. This lifts the leaden foot and soul to the experience of that of which reason is the blasphemy, but without the experience these words are the lies of a looby, yet a looby to thee, and a booby to me, a Balasias ruby to God may be. Ribono Shalom. Ribono Shalom. Ribono Shalom. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, 10 not 9? 10 not 11? Hello?
Hello.
Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it steady in your hand. Count it out so slow inside, like you're tracing your own name. 10, not 9, every second, little life. 10, not 9, don't rush this time. Let your ribs swing wide. Let your heart beat chime. 10, not 9, on this borrowed sky. Fill your chest with everything, then gently let it slide. Inhale the oceans every way, every heart, every storm. All the water, all the air, all the color that keeps you warm. All the windows, all the white, pull it inward, all that light. 10, not 9, don't rush this time. Let your ribs swing wide. Let your heart beat chime. 10, not 9, sky. Fill your chest with everything, then gently let it slide. Ah, 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 Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it steady in your hands. Count it out so slow inside, like you're tracing your own name in the sand. 10, not 11. 10, not 9. Every second, a little lifeline. 10, not 9. Don't rush this time. Let your wrist swing wide. Let your heartbeat chime. 10, not 9. On this borrowed sky, fill your chest with everything. Then gently let it slide. Inhale the oceans, every wave, every harbor, every storm. All the water, all the air, all the color that keeps you warm. All the windows, all the light, pull it inward, all that love. 10, not 9. Don't rush this time. Let your ribs swing wide. Let your heartbeat shine. 10, not 9. On this borrowed sky, fill your chest with everything. Then gently let it slide. You asked for answers, I offered silence. Tea getting cold between your hands. Pages of questions.
Okay, this is the Himog. A red rose absorbs all colors but red. Red is therefore the one color that it is not. This law, reason, time, space, all limitations blinds us to the truth. All that we know of man, nature, God, is just that which they are not. It is that which they throw off as repugnant. The Hemog is only visible insofar as he is imperfect. Then are they all glorious who seem not to be glorious, as the Hemog is all glorious within? It may be so. How then distinguish the inglorious and perfect Hemog from the inglorious man of earth? Distinguish not, but thyself extinguish. Hemog art thou, and Hemog shalt thou be. Corned beef hash in VVVVVV is the great work perfect. Therefore none is that pertaineth not to VVVVV. In any may he manifest, yet in one hath he chosen to manifest. And this one hath given his ring as a seal of authority to the work of the AA, to the colleagues of Frater Perturabo. But this concerns themselves in their administration. It concerneth none below the grade of exempt adept, and such an one only by command. Also, since below the abyss reason is lord, let men seek by experiment and not by questionings. Dust devils. In the wind of the mind arises the turbulence called I. It breaks down, shower the barren thoughts. All life is choked. This desert is the abyss wherein the universe, the stars are but thistles in that waste. Yet this desert is but one spot accursed in a world of bliss. Now and again travelers cross the desert, they come from the great sea. And to the great sea they go. As they go, they spill water. One day they will irrigate the desert till it flower. See? 5 footprints of a camel. Viva, viva, viva. Mulberry tops. Black blood upon the altar, and the rustle of angel wings above. Black blood of the sweet fruit, the bruise, the violated bloom that setteth the wheel, a spinning in the spire. Death is the veil of life, life of death for both the gods. This is that which is written, a feast for life and a greater feast for death. In the book of the law, the blood is the life of the individual. Offer then blood. The mass of the phoenix. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar on which are his burin, bell, thurible, and 2 of the cakes of light. The sign of the enterer reaches west across the altar and cries, Hail Ra! Goes in thy bark into the caverns of the dark. He gives the sign of silence and takes the bell and fire in his hands. East of the altar see me stand with light and music in mine hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell, places the fire in the thurible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name, Abrahadabra. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. Now I begin to pray, thou child, holy thy name and undefiled. Thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good. That thy one crown of all the 10, even now and here be mine, amen. He puts the first cake on the fire of the thurible. Burn the incense cake, proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in Liber Legis, and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With the burin he then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Beholding this bleeding breast of mine, gashed with the sacramental sign, he puts the second cake to the wound. They stanch the blood, the wager soaks it up, and the high priest invokes. He eats the second cake, this bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself with prayer. This is the law, do what thou wilt. He strikes 11 times upon the bell and cries, Abrahadabra. I enter in with woe, with mirth. I now go forth with thanksgiving, to do my pleasure on the earth among the legions of the living. He goeth forth. Chinese music. Explain this happening. It must have a natural cause. It must have a supernatural cause. Let these two asses be set to grind corn. May, might, must, should, probably. Maybe we may safely assume ought. It is hardly questionable. Almost certainly, poor hacks. Let them be turned out to grass. Proof is only possible in mathematics. Mathematics is only a matter of arbitrary conventions, and yet doubt is a good servant but a bad master. A perfect mistress but a nagging wife. White is white, as the lash of the overseer. White is black, is the watchword of the slave. The master takes no heed. The Chinese cannot help thinking that the octave has 5 notes. The more necessary anything appears to my mind, the more certain it is that I only assert a limitation. I slept with faith and found a corpse in my arms, unawaking. I drank and danced all night with doubt, and found her a virgin in the morning. Buttons and Rossettis. The cause of sorrow is the desire of the one to the many, or of the many to the one. This also is the cause of joy, but the desire of another is all of sorrow. Its birth is hunger, and its death satiety. The desire of the mouth for the star at least saves him satiety. Hunger thou, O man, for the infinite, be insatiable even for the finite. Thus at the end shalt thou devour the finite, and become the infinite. Be thou more greedy than the shark, and more full of yearning than the wind among the pines. The weary pilgrim struggles on. The satiated pilgrim stops. The road winds uphill. All law, all nature must be overcome. Do this by virtue of that in thyself, before which law and nature are but shadows. Thus to the truth. All that we know of man, nature, God, is just that which they are not.
It is that which they throw off as repugnant. The he-mog is only visible insofar as he is imperfect. Then are they all glorious who seem not to be glorious, as the he-mog is all glorious within. It may be so. How then distinguish the inglorious and perfect he-mog from the inglorious man of earth? Distinguish not, but thyself extinguish. He-mog art thou, and he-mog shalt thou be. Corned beef hash in VVVVV is the great one, perfect. Therefore none is that pertaineth not to VVVV. In any may he manifest, yet in one hath he chosen to manifest. This one hath given his ring as a seal of authority to the work of the AA, to the colleagues of Frater Perorabo. But this concerns themselves in their administration. It concerneth none below the grade of exempt, adept, and such an one only by command. Also since below the abyss reason is Lord, let men seek by experiment and not by questionings. Dust devils. In the wind of the mind arises the turbulence called I. It breaks down, shower the barren thoughts. All life is choked. This desert is the abyss wherein the universe, the stars are but thistles in that waste. Yet this desert is but one spot of
Yakov!
bliss. Now and again travel.
Yakov, I'm reading a book. Many people on this app just don't read books. I like to read them out loud while I put them on YouTube. This is poetry. Some people will say, oh, how can you read such a thing? Oh, you mean poetry? You mean people like to read books? It's just called entertainment. You may not like the book I'm reading, but you may not like Star Wars. You may prefer Star Trek. You may prefer Indiana Jones to James Bond. Who am I to tell you what content you should enjoy? Okay, this is called Windmill Words. It's a meditation, so take the deepest breath of the day. Windmill Words, read by mayoral candidate John Kitover. Go to chicagomayorvote.com or chicagomayorelection.com. Asana gets rid of anatomy consciousness. Pranayama gets rid of physiology consciousness. Involuntary breaks. Yama and niyama get rid of ethical consciousness. Voluntary breaks. Pratyahara gets rid of the objective. Dharana gets rid of the subjective. Dhyana gets rid of the ego. Samadhi gets rid of the soul and personal. Asana destroys the static body, nama. Pranayama destroys the dynamic body, rupa. Yama destroys the emotions. Niyama destroys the passions, Vedana. Dharana destroys the perceptions, Sana. Dhyana destroys the tendencies, Sankara. Samadhi destroys the consciousness, Vijnanam. Homad a la Thermidor destroys the digestion. The last of these facts is the one of which I am most certain. Oh. Okay, this is called Mom Wraths. The early bird catches the worm, and the 12-year-old prostitute attracts the ambassador. Neglect not the dawn meditation. The first plover's eggs fetch the highest prices. The flower of virginity is esteemed by the panda. Neglect not the dawn meditation. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy and wealthy and wise. But late to watch and early to pray brings him across the abyss, they say. Neglect not the dawn meditation. Warasa blossoms. 7 are the veils of the dancing girl and the harem of it. 7 are the names and 7 are the lamps beside her bed. 7 eunuchs guard her with
Words. Read by Mayor John Kitover. Chicago Mayor Vote. Or ChicagoMayorElection.com. Asana gets
Ribono Shel Olam. Okay, that is a reading from a book, Poetry, by mayoral candidate John Kitover, creating content for ChicagoMayorVote.com. I can actually prove that I can read a book to the voters, to the taxpayers, to the constituents, to the fellow citizens. I would challenge Mayor Brandon Johnson to actually read a book on YouTube and prove that he can actually read. I question whether or not the mayor of Chicago is actually literate. I really actually do think he's illiterate. I don't think he can actually read a book out loud on YouTube. Yakov, did you enjoy the poem? It's pretty fun. A la Thermidor digestion. Oh. So I'm recording Clubhouse downstairs on like 10 different phones. And, I got to say, going to bed without hearing Pepe for more than, 100 words is nice. I think when you hit the Pepe 100-word mark, that's generally when you know that you've wasted over 100 seconds of your 2.5 billion that you get average every lifetime. I'm just saying, if I have to hear Pepe say the J word or the K word one more time, I will absolutely confirm that I know that we're probably dealing with somebody that's living in, a Down syndrome facility. Someone who's struggling with, just being a human being, being a man. I like to call him a boy with a frog in his throat, because people are complaining and they're saying he sounds like a child. And I have to agree, he's actually so immature that I think, is he, how old is he? Is he 18, 19? And when did he get the frog stuck in the throat? Just wondering. I know I've often said he has brain damage from boxing, but I feel like he's a permanent fixture on this app. Like, I think a lot of people here, even including myself, but not really myself, I think people think that this is like the best way that they're using social media, and they think they're organizing something. But the truth is, most people are completely disconnected. People that put together big rooms and they think they're leading or happening, they're actually really not connecting. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's all just performative. I kind of get that feeling that when I hear Viking Brad be a berserker Viking on here, that's when I think that people are enjoying the performative happening, the performative experience. Because nobody's really doing anything on this app. Somebody's hundreds of connected happening. It's very parallel society. But I will say the only thing that makes it truly useful, or more than just a happening, is when you cross pollinate platforms. When, but again, this is just my way of responding to people's happening and experience on this app, which is, bundling them, packaging them, and redistributing them. You don't like that you're being recorded? Well, I can't come up and say anything. The room is on replay. Okay, sorry. Anyways, Yakov, I have over 100,000 videos now on YouTube. It's staggering how many videos I have. And I think people that want to report me on this app for recording their conversations can't actually find any of the recordings anymore because I've just uploaded so much content that they give up in frustration. Failure. You know that picture, Yakov, of like the Hindu goddess with like 36 arms or something? I think, you may have 2 arms, but if you have 30 phones, it's like having 30 arms, basically. Because every single phone is a little different. And it's just ridiculous having so many phones, but it's kind of interesting. When you pick up a phone, you're not like, I use every phone for the same purpose. So it's just interesting how like I can switch to a new phone and it's like seamless activity because like every phone is doing the same thing. Scattered on carpet, pants chewed to metal. Okay, this is called Symmetry and Silence on Suno, produced by the John Kitover Band. You measure your thoughts like lines on a page. Straight edges, sharp corners, every doubt in a cage. Polished replies tucked under your tongue. You practice compassion until your heart deruns. Chase a lost symmetry in silence. Every angle in your headline. You want the beauty and the justice, the steady hand and the open mind. You're drawing hails on your own reflection, looking for flaws in the humankind. Aesthetic soul. Perfection of mind. You catalog sins like stones in a jar. Forgiveness for others is easier by far. You lie in your conscience, flat on the floor. But all of your creases
well, I put in unfit for heat nor labor, comma, Tacitus, and I'm still getting them.
Nothing? Wow. That's
Oh, hold on. The works of Tacitus by
It is often an assumption, especially on Clubhouse.
This is some sort of old English translation. The history.
And those facts.
Okay.
Maybe the universe can give us like guidance.
Guidance for?
Well, a lot of people on Clownhouse don't ever take the universe into consideration. Now, I'm not saying me, John Kitover, but I'm saying the universe, or the sun and the moon and Neptune, Saturn.
Like this person, maybe just
Projection alert.
reject him. Please,
Project.
He was caught wiping a booger on his shirt last week.
please reject this guy. Like, no.
Is this
He had
what?
so much hope that was squashed so quickly.
Listen, Boogergate made my campaign what it is today. Without Boogergate, I wouldn't have the nostalgia with my voters. So, listen,
But now you've got a bigger problem. You have Shitgate where you get on the toilet with on camera, your knees are sticking out while you're sitting on the john. And you didn't wash your hands. That's going to be a huge deal.
I almost just spit my drink out on 30 phones. What I'm trying to say is that Boogergate is the focus here, not the Throne Gate or the John Gate. But I just resent what this red rose flower from the White House Ready Room just told us, to reject me, because I was trying to speak astrologically, meaning that the sun is obviously the metaphor for Jesus Christ, and the moon is Mary, it's feminine. So when you take these harmonies, these balances of the whole universe, excuse me, Red Rose, you're interrupting me. I'm trying to speak elegantly.
Rose.
Hello?
This isn't a red rose.
You're just a thorn. Please wait. You're just a thorn. Karen, the universe is speaking here, Karen. Could you just mute up? Karen, mute. Karen!
Is the bitch-ass move.
Karen, just mute up. I'm not finished yet. I want to say something important. This is just a late night discussion. You have the moon, emoji in the title. We have just reached a new moon. And every time I go outside and I bathe in the light of the moon and I look up the skirt of this beautiful woman called the moon, I see in the center of her legs a rose. But to get there, sometimes it's thorny. And even when you get there, sometimes the experience, the happening is thorny. Kind of like E here, former White House Ready Room, advisor to the commander-in-chief. As we all know, she has excellent opinions on how the government should be managing things. If she was in charge, I'm sure she would be very decisive and intelligent in what programs and projects and things she would execute upon. Anyways, this is the universe. I am complete. Thank you for listening to me.
Okay, so speaking of factual errors, we're not in a new moon. Actually, we're in a way into this right now.
Thank you, Yura, for bringing some levity to the discussion.
Neon moon.
We're on our way to the third quarter. So the moon right now is about 98% of its surface that we see is illuminated. So if anything, it's almost full. Definitely not new.
People have this thinking idea that the cycle of the moon and the gravity of it has an impact on humans during the different cycles of the moon, the full moon, for example. The gravity that the moon exerts on your brain, on your head, is by far, I forgot the number, I did the calculation some time ago, is less than the gravity that your pillow that you have under your head in your bed exerts on your brain. And that is basically the correlation between the mass of the moon and mass of your brain. And you calculate that, and you calculate the the gravity between your head, your brain, and the pillow. And the reason the oceans move because of the tides, because the oceans are massive, have huge weight of the oceans as they interact with the moon. But your brain, it has no effect on us. It is just.
What is this? A conversation about pillow talk, blowjobs, and gravity?
Right, Ali, that is something that I think would be really helpful if you're able to share like a study related.
Oh yeah, Google that and put the link in the chat.
Don't Google it. Just put his I believe he already has studied this. So share